Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to yet another week of Classic Country A to Z. Tonight's show, we will once again continue with the Willie Nelson collection, and the set list includes tonight includes songs that Willie wrote, and some of which were written fairly recently, and others which were written decades ago. And we'll also do several classic songs that others wrote and Willie covered, including our up-tempo gospel song tonight. And of course, there'll be an original in the middle and then that gospel song at the end. So I should also note that based on my research this past week, the rest of Willie's collection will be covered in next Sunday's show. So next Sunday's Classic Country A to Z will be our final show, which happens to be coincidentally the 130th consecutive show. So it's exactly 2.5 years since we started, and roughly 2,200 songs over that 2.5 years. So for those who have stuck with me through all this, I say thank you. Okay, so our first song tonight, the first artist to have a hit with this song was Elvis Presley. Elvis recorded the song just a few weeks after separating from his wife Priscilla, and it went on to be a number 14 hit for him on the country charts in 1972. Willie recorded the song 10 years later as the title track for his 1982 album, and it shot straight to number 1 for him, staying at the top as number 1 for 2 weeks. And the song also fared well on Top 40 radio, reaching number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks. So, while Willie's version resulted in 3 wins at the 25th Grammy Awards in 1983 also, the original songwriters won Song of the Year and Best Country Song. Willie won for Best Male Country Vocal Performance. And the song also won the CMA Awards for 2 consecutive years. 1982 Song of the Year, 1983 Song of the Year for the songwriters, 1982 Single of the Year for Willie, and the song contributed to Willie winning the 1982 Album of the Year award. And then lastly, in 2008, the song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. This song and the album on which it appeared are called Always on My Mind. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times, and I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. little things I should have said and done. I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. So tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. And give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. Little things I should have said and done. Well, I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. 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 All right. I should check with our comments here. Rose, thanks for tuning in tonight, and Linda as well. Albert Martins, thank you. And Mary Pat, good to see you again. Yes, so this backdrop tonight is actually the same black hutch that I started this whole series on. It was at least a couple addresses ago. Same piece of furniture in a different place, but yes, same. I think we have more pictures in it now though than we did then, so you might see some familiar faces there. All right, Willie released this next song, also from the Always on My Mind album, later in 1982, and it rose to number 2 on the charts for him that year. More recently, in 2017, Chris Stapleton also released a version of this song, and this song is called "The Last Thing I Needed, the First Thing This Morning." Postman delivered a past due bill notice. The alarm clock rang 2 hours late. And the garbage man left all the trash on the sidewalk, and the hinges fell off of the gate. This morning at breakfast, I spilled all the coffee, and I opened the door on my knee. The last thing I needed, the first thing this morning, was to have you walk out on me. Last night you came home late, and I knew you'd been drinking by that old mellow look on your face. But I thought it don't matter, 'cause it's the holiday season, and you fill such a big empty space. And I lay down beside you, and I wanted your loving, 'cause your love makes my life complete. And the last thing I needed, the first thing this morning, was to have you walk out on me. So excuse me for looking like my world just ended, and excuse me for looking like I just lost my best friend. And excuse me for living and being forgiven, so just go on if you want to be free. But the last thing I needed, the first thing this morning, was to have you walk out on me. Yeah, the last thing I needed, the first thing this morning, was to have you walk out on me. Okay, now, next up, it's a short little song that Willie wrote and released in 1983. It went to number 10 on the charts for him. This song is all about karma, and it's called A Little Old-Fashioned Karma. Just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. Just a little old-fashioned justice going around. A little bit of sowing and a little bit of weeping. A little bit of laughing and a little bit of weeping. Just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. Coming down, coming down. Just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. Well, it really ain't hard to understand. If you're gonna dance, you gotta pay the band. It's just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. There's just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. It's just a little old-fashioned justice going around. A little bit of sowing and a little bit of reaping. A little bit of laughing and a little bit of weeping. It's just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. Coming down, coming down. It's just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. I really ain't hard to understand. If you're gonna dance, you gotta pay the band. It's just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. It's just a little old-fashioned karma coming down. All right, next up, like the last song, Willie wrote this next short song and released it in 1983 when it rose to number 3 on the charts for him. This song is called Why Do I Have to Choose? Why do I have to choose and see everybody lose? Walk around and sing the blues. Well, darling, I refuse. Well, love is hard to find, love of any kind, and a love like yours and mine creates its own design. So why do I have to choose and see everybody lose and walk around and sing the blues? Well, darling, I refuse. And when I think of her, well, then I think of you. The love is not the same, but either love is true. So why do I have to choose and see everybody lose? Walk around and sing the blues. Well, darling, I refuse. Walk around and sing the blues. Well, darling, I refuse. Okay, now this next one is probably, well, it's definitely more popular, more well-known. This next one was written by Steve Goodman, and the first artist to record it was, and have a hit with it, was Arlo Guthrie in 1972. The story goes that Steve Goodman saw Arlo Guthrie at a bar in Chicago and asked to be allowed to play a song for him. Arlo Guthrie grudgingly agreed on the condition that if Steve bought him a beer, Arlo would also listen to him play for as long as it took to drink the beer. Steve Goodman played the song, which Arlo Guthrie liked enough that he asked to record it. The song became a hit for Arlo on his 1972 album, Hobo's Lullaby, and it reached number 4 on the Billboard Easy Listening charts and number 18 on the Hot 100 charts. It would prove to be Arlo Guthrie's only top 40 hit, and one of only 2 he would have on the Hot 100. Willie recorded his version of the song in 1984, and Steve Goodman won a posthumous Grammy Award for Best Country Song at the 27th Grammy Awards in 1985 for Willie's version, which was the title track to Willie's 1984 album entitled City of New Orleans. The song reached number 1 on the country charts in both the U.S. and Canada, and number 30 on the adult contemporary charts for Willie. So the song and the album are called City of New Orleans. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rail. Well, 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out of Kankakee and rolls along past houses, farms, and fields. passing towns that have no name, and freight yards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done, dealing cards with the old men in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. We'll pass the paper bag that holds a bottle and feel the wheels rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpet made of steel. And mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rail is all they feel. Well, good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Well, nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, halfway home and we'll be there by morning, through the Mississippi darkness, rolling down to the sea. And all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again, the passengers will please refrain. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. So good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Yeah, I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. As you probably noticed, there's one chord in there that was a bit challenging for me, so I just sing louder and push right through it. Mary Beth, glad that's one of your favorites. Okay. Next up, Willie's 10th number one hit as a solo artist. Willie wrote this song and released it in 1985, and this one is called Forgiving You Was Easy. Forgiving you was easy, but forgetting seems to take the longest time. I just keep thinking, and your memory is forever on my mind. You know I'll always love you, and I can't forget the days when you were mine. Well, forgiving you was easy, but forgetting seems to take the longest time. Oh, the bitter fruit of anger growing from the seeds of jealousy. Oh, what a heartache. But I forgive the things you said to me. 'Cause I believe forgiving is the only way that I'll find peace of mind. And forgiving you is easy, but forgetting seems to take the longest time. Now the years have passed so quickly, as once again fate steals a young man's dreams of all the golden years. And growing old together, you and me. Well, you asked me to forgive you. You said there was another on your mind. Forgiving you is easy, but forgetting seems to take the longest time. Yes, forgiving you is easy, but forgetting seems to take the longest time. Okay, now next, Willie's next number one hit came the next year, 1986, when he released this next song. This song was written by David Lynn Jones and was the title track to Willie's 1986 album. And so the song and the album are called Living in the Promised Land. Give us your tired and weak, and we will make them strong. Bring us your foreign songs, and we will sing along. Leave us your broken dreams, we'll give them time to mend. There's still a lot of love living in the promised land, living in the promised land. Our dreams are made of steel, the prayers of every man is to know how freedom feels. There's a winding road across the shifting sand, and room for everyone living in a promised land. So they came from a distant isle, nameless woman, faithless child, like a bad dream, until there was no room at all, no place to run, and no place to fall. Give us our daily bread, we have no shoes to wear, no place to call our home, only this cross to bear. We are the multitudes, so lend us a helping hand. Is there no love anymore, living in the promised land, living in the promised land? Our dreams are made of steel, prayer of every man is to know how freedom feels. There is a winding road across the shifting sand, and room for everyone living in the promised land, There's room for everyone living in a promised land. Seems appropriate as a nation of immigrants. The next song, this goes back a little ways, but this next song was originally released by a German band leader, Bert Kaempfert, as an instrumental under the title Moon Over Naples in 1965. Later that year, lyrics were added and the song was released under the current title. And then Willie did a duet album with Julio Iglesias in 1988 and included this song, which rose to number 8 on the charts for them that year. And this song is called Spanish Eyes. Spanish eyes, teardrops are falling from your Spanish eyes. Please, please don't cry. This is just adios and not goodbye. Soon I'll return, bringing you all the love your heart can hold. Please say si, si. Say you and your Spanish eyes will wait for me. Spanish eyes, prettiest eyes in all of Mexico. True Spanish eyes, please smile for me once more before I go. Soon I'll return, bringing you all the love your heart can hold. Please say si, si. Say you and your Spanish eyes will wait for me. Say you and your Spanish eyes will wait for me. Okay, now we've reached the portion of the show where I do an original song. This is the one in our collection that I wrote without Charlie's involvement or assistance. And there's no great autobiographical basis to the song, just a compilation of several thoughts. So this one is called I Can Get Along Without You. I can get along without you, baby, till who knows when. Watch the door and walk the floors inside this house till then. I survived alone before I met you. Somehow managed life without you. I'll figure it out till you come back again. Well, I can write a grocery list, make a plan to pay the bills, There's a vacuum in this house somewhere, and dirty clothes won't wash themselves. It's not like I can't find my way alone with you gone. It's just that you're the key to what makes this old house a home. I know how to clean the bathroom and how to make the bed. I can cook a mean grilled cheese, fried eggs and toasted bread. I've done all this before and I can do it all again. I'll find a way to live alone, I'll just miss my best friend. Yeah, I can get along without you, baby, till who knows when. Watch the door and I'll walk the floors inside this house till then. I survived alone before I met you, somehow managed life without you. I'll figure it out till you come back again. Now I'll hire someone else to cut the grass when it grows, fix the roof, paint the shutters and shovel away the snow. I won't have time to do those outside chores I used to do. I'll be inside the house, walking these floors, busy missing you. Yeah, I can get along without you, baby, till who knows when. Watch the door and I'll walk the floors inside this house till then. I survived alone before I met you, somehow managed life without you. I'll figure it out till you come back again. I survived alone before I met you, somehow managed life without you. I'll figure it out till you come back again. Yeah, I'll figure it out till you come back again. All right, need to throw in an up-tempo one every now and then. So, Willie released this next song in 1989, and it rose to be a #1 hit for him that year. This song was written by a woman named Beth Chapman, who was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2016. And this song is called Nothing I Can Do About It Now. I've got a long list of real good reasons for all the things I'd done. I got a picture in the back of my mind of what I've lost and what I've won. And I've survived every situation, knowing when to freeze and when to run. And regret is just a memory written on my brow, and there's nothing I can do about it now. I've got a wild and a restless spirit. I've held my price through every deal. I've seen the fire of a woman scorned turn her heart of gold to steel. I've got the song of the voice inside me set to the rhythm of the wheel. And I've been dreaming like a child since the cradle broke the bow, and there's nothing I can do about it now. Running through the changes, going through the stages, coming around the corners in my life, leaving doubt to fate, staying out too late, waiting for the moon to say goodnight. And I could cry for the time I've wasted, but that's a waste of time and tears. And I know just what I'd change if I went back in time somehow, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Running through the changes, going through the stages, coming around the corners in my life, leaving doubt to fate, staying out too late, waiting for the moon to say goodnight. And I could cry for the time I've wasted, but that's a waste of time and tears. And I know just what I'd change if I went back in time somehow, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Yeah, I'm forgiven everything that forgiveness will allow, and there's nothing I can do about it now. Now, next up is one of those diversions I mentioned in my opening comments about tonight's show. This song was written by a guy named Eddie Vedder, who was the lead singer lead singer of the alternative rock band Pearl Jam. This song was a number 6 hit for Pearl Jam on the alternative rock charts in 2009, and Willie and his son Lucas recorded and released it as a duet in 2012, though it didn't make the country charts. This song is called Just Breathe. Little editing fix here. Okay. Too fast. Yes, I understand that every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go. I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks have just one, yeah, others they've got none. Stay with me, let's just breathe. Practice all my sins, never gonna let me win. Under everything, just another human being. I don't wanna hurt, there's so much in this world to make me believe. Stay with me, you're all I see. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, I wonder every day as I look upon your face. Everything you gave and nothing you would take, oh no. Nothing you would take, everything you gave. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, nothing you would take, everything you give. Love you till I die, meet you on the other side. Right now, in 2014, Willie released his album entitled Band of Brothers, which was his first album since the 1996 that was composed of all songs that he wrote. This song was the first single released from that album, and it's a song he co-wrote with his producer, Buddy Cannon. And it's based on Willie's life and experiences on the road. This song is called The Wall. Took on more than I could handle. I bit off more than I could chew. I hit the wall. I went off like a Roman candle, burning everyone I knew. I hit the wall. I hit the wall. And the wall came down, crashing down. And there was not a sound. Half my life riding on a rocket, from one world to the next and on I hit the wall. Taking things to make me better, remembering things I never knew. I hit the wall. I hit the wall. And the wall came down, crashing down. There was not a sound. And the wall came down, roaring, crashing down. There was not a sound. Yeah, the wall came down, roaring, crashing down. There was not a sound. A little different song from Willie, and newer, so probably a lot of you may not have even heard that song before, which is maybe the case for the next couple of ones, because these are all newer songs from Willie. The next one was the first release from Willie's and Merle Haggard's duet album entitled Django and Jimmy. Willie's producer, Buddy Cannon, co-wrote that last song I sang, called The Wall, with Willie. And Buddy co-wrote this next song with Jamie Johnson, who also provided backup vocals on Willie and Merle's duet cover of this song. This song is sort of a poster child for employing the double entendre in writing, and it's called It's All Going to Pot. Well, now it's all going to pot, whether we like it or not. Best I can tell, the world's gone to hell, and we're sure gonna miss it a lot. All of the whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee just couldn't hit the spot. I got $100 bill, friend, you keep your pills, 'cause it's all going to pot. Well, that jackal babblehead in the box must think I'm dumb as a rock. Reading me the news, I'm kicking off my shoes, and it's scaring me out of my socks. Well, that redhead, a stranger I'm not, but buddy, let me tell you what. If you ask old Will, he'll say, here's the deal, friends, it's all going to pot. Yeah, it's all going to pot, whether we like it or not. Best I can tell, the world's gone to hell, and we're sure gonna miss it a lot. Well, all of the whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee just couldn't hit the spot. I got $100 bill, friend, you keep your pills, 'cause it's all going to pot. Well, I thought I'd found me a girl, sweetest little thing in the world. But all my jokes went up in smoke when I caught her making eyes at Merle. He said, that sweet little honey with her eye on your money's gonna take every penny you got. I said, she's never gonna get it, 'cause I already spent it. Merle, it's all going to pot. Yeah, it's all going to pot, whether we like it or not. Best I can tell, the world's gone to hell, and we're sure gonna miss it a lot. And all of the whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee just couldn't hit the spot. I got $100 bill, friend, you keep your pills, 'cause it's all going to pot. I got $100 bill, friend, you keep your bills, 'cause it's all going to pot. So you see what I mean about the double entendre there. All right. Our next song was actually written by Willie's producer, Buddy Cannon, his daughter, Buddy Cannon's daughter, Marla, who was inspired by the passing of her best friend's mother. And when Marla stayed with her friend at the bedside until her friend's mother passed, and she wrote the song, however, never dreaming that Willie and Merle would cover it. This song is also included on that Django and Jimmy duet album, which was Merle Haggard's last album before he passed away, making this song one of the last songs he ever recorded. And in fact, the song was played at Merle's funeral, and apparently Nara Dry Eye was in the room. This song is called Unfair Weather Friend. The whole sky opens up and it rains down on my head. I show up at your door, beat down and soaking wet. I know you'll open up and let me waltz right in. Might come whatever, unfair weather friend. I find myself out lost on a lonely Friday night. The songs aren't hitting home, and the whiskey don't taste right. A few numbers on the phone, and you're on the other end. Might come whatever, unfair weather friend. And I might wind up stuck out on some old forgotten highway, but somehow you show up, and sure enough be going my way. You're always there, right where you've always been. Might come whatever, unfair weather friend. I don't have to wonder where you'll be if I should need you. All I have to do is close my eyes and I can see you. Always there, right where you've always been. Sometimes this whole world is my worst enemy, and I know where to run when it gets to me. No one else but you can make it all make sense. Might come whatever, unfair weather friend. Might come whatever, unfair weather friend. So next up is the title track. What are we doing on time here? 58. Okay, better make this quick. This is the title track and the first release to Willie's 64th studio album that was subtitled Willie Nelson Sings Gershwin. Willie was inspired to do the dedication album by a similar album Frank Sinatra had done years earlier, and Willie's album won the Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album Award at the 59th Annual Grammy Awards in 2017. This particular song was written in 1934 and was one of the first compositions George Gershwin wrote for his brand new opera, Porgy and Bess. The song is a lullaby for a mother to sing to her child, and it's sung several more times throughout the opera. This song went on to be covered by thousands of artists in every genre from disco to reggae. And the song and Willie's album are called Summertime. This is what I meant early on when I said we're going to be kind of all over the place with Willie music tonight. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are biting and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't want you to cry. One of these days you're gonna rise up smiling. You'll spread your wings and take to the sky. Till that time, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mama standing by. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are biting and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't want you to cry. Just hush, little baby, don't want you to cry. All right. I never realized that song before researching for this was meant to be a lullaby. It makes a lot more sense in that respect. Okay, so got a couple that we're going to skip over and catch next week. I think we'll still finish all of the Willie songs next week. So tonight's gospel song was written way back in 1879 by J.K. Elwood. Elwood was a traveling minister in the upper Midwest in the late 1800s, and he typically traveled on horseback, and so he would often arrive at the last minute to preach soaking wet. It's a perfect hymn for Willie Nelson night because Willie actually covered this song in 1977 and had a number 4 hit on the country charts with it that year. This traditional gospel song that Willie made a hit out of is called Unclouded Day. Well, they tell me of a home far beyond the skies, and they tell me of a home far away. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, the land of cloudless days. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me of a home where my friends have gone. And they tell me of that land far away, where the tree of life in eternal bloom sheds its fragrance through the unclouded day. Oh, they tell me of a king in his beauty there, and they tell me that mine eyes shall behold, where he sits upon a throne that is whiter than snow, in the city that is made of gold. Oh, the land of cloudless days. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me that he smiles on his children there, and his smile drives their sorrows all away. And they tell me that no tears ever come again in that lovely land of unclouded day. Oh, the land of clouds cloudless days. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Okay, Mary Pat, glad you liked that one, which takes us to our benediction to send you on your way and wish you a good week ahead. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. All right. Well, that wraps it up for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, next Sunday should be our last show in this series. As I mentioned early on tonight, there's not a lot of Willie songs left. I think less than one show, or not much more than one show. It'll be just one more show next Sunday for our final episode. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, everyone. And please feel free, as always, to share this video with those you think might enjoy it. And stay safe and have a great week. And we will see you next Sunday at 7 o'clock. Good night, everybody. Thank you.